Knicks are actively fielding offers for Quentin Grimes, and when I hear that, my assumption is that Quentin Grimes is probably going to be packaged with Evan Fournier for a good player. Now, who that good player is, I'm still a bit hesitant on who that could be because, like, maybe I think the best guy that they could get bang for their buck is DeJounte Murray, and I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, even though he's not the point of attack defender that he used to be. I just think you're going to overpay. I mean, the next best guy is DeMar DeRozan, but I think any of the other stars, like the Kyle Kuzmas, the Zach Levines, and the Alex Caruso, you're going to end up overpaying for them, and that's just not going to be an ideal situation for anybody involved. So for me, if I were the New York Knicks, I would try to find a guy. Like, I think DeJounte Murray is a really good offer. They wanted a Manning quickly and 2 first-round picks, was it? Or, yeah, 2 first-round picks. I would send you Quentin Grimes and Evan Fournier and 2 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray. Knicks, imagine Jalen Brunson and DeJounte Murray in the backcourt. You can't tell me that isn't somewhat good. I know some people are going to be like, well, you saw what happened in Atlanta. Same thing's going to happen here. I don't think so. I think it would be a better fit, especially because the team is a defensive first-minded team that has grit, and I just think that kind of goes with the type of personality that DeJounte has. I mean, that could just be me, but I want to hear your guys' opinions. If you're a Knicks fan, what would you do and why? Because this is a rather interesting situation as more and more time passes. Because let's be honest, the available free agents aren't really like the earth-shattering. Okay, let's go ahead and look at, like, who could they trade for right now. I think Jeremy Grant is too expensive contract-wise, and at that point you just should go get DeJounte Murray, DeMar DeRozan, or Kyle Kuzma instead. I think Bogdanovich and Bojan, they're just going to provide you shooting. I think Malcolm Brogdon and Tyus Jones could be cheap stopgap measures, but you risk losing them in free agency. And then outside of that, Terry Rozier, Markelle Fultz, and I think that's really the mark. I think Andrew Wiggins, the problem with him is just, if you look at him, he's coming off a strong multi-season run, but he's exceedingly problematic regression since he's on that first year of a 4-year, $109 million deal. But he's 28, so maybe you think you could figure him out. I still think, looking at DeJounte Murray, who, yeah, it's become clear that, you know, DeJounte Murray's made strides as a three-point shooter, hitting 39% on 6 attempts a game. And obviously he's not the same guy that he used to be, but I think when you look at him, he's definitely, I think, their best option out there. What do you guys think? And I'm not trying to make this just like, also, why do they want to get rid of Quentin Grimes? I think just Quentin Grimes just didn't take the jump that I think they were wanting to see out of him this season. And as a result, I think they don't have time to wait for him to develop. Even though I think he is a good basketball player and he has place in this league, I just think it's a matter of he might not be on the same timeline, and plus paying him is probably not in their plans. So, and he hasn't shown enough, I think, in their eyes to pay him. So I think that's kind of like the problem that they've kind of encountered. But I mean, I think it's still a situation that Quentin Grimes can find himself rectifying and end up not being traded. I mean, they were really big on him to begin with, so maybe they'll remain really big on him, and this will just be something that is just something we'll forget and act like it never really happened. But time is running out, and I think the same thing is they know the M. Fournier contract is kind of a blessing, but like it won't be there forever. So I think they know, hey, let's go ahead, let's go make moves, and I'm confident that the Knicks see how good the OJ Anunoby experiment's going, and I think they're going to try to keep riding that wave. And with the way that their other guys are playing, I think they're feeling like, hey, maybe we should try to make a run for it, because this team could be a lot better than people are giving us credit for. Who knows? Let me hear your thoughts.